5 pelajar Maktab Rendah Sains Mara MRSM di Besut, Terengganu direman 3 hari hingga Ahad ini bagi membantu siasatan berhubung kes buli seorang pelajar tingkatan 2 sekolah berkenaan. Perintah reman terhadap kesemua pelajar lelaki berusia antara
4 remaja yang disyaki terbabit dalam 2 kes buli berasingan di Sungai Petani Kedah bulan lalu dihadapkan ke mahkamah pagi tadi. Pendakwaan kedua-dua kes dilakukan di Mahkamah Magistrate Sungai Petani. Ketua Polis Daerah Kuala Muda, Assistant Commissioner Hanyan Ram.
3 remaja berusia 17 tahun ditahan di Tanah Merah, Kelantan kerana dipercayai membuli seorang pelajar junior di asrama. SP Syafi'in Mamat mangsa merupakan pelajar berusia 13 tahun. Penahanan dibuat setelah
lagi kes buli melibatkan pelajar sekolah, kali ini membabitkan seorang pelajar darjah 1 yang dibelasah oleh pelajar senior di sebuah sekolah di Seksyen 32 Shah Alam. Pengulas lanjut Iqbal berkata pihaknya menerima laporan daripada ibu mangsa jam 9.51 malam Rabu lepas. Dalam laporan itu pengadu memaklumkan anak lelakinya yang berusia
mendakwa anak lelakinya berusia 10 tahun ditendang dan dipukul rakan sekolah dalam 2 insiden berasingan.
Pelajar yang terbabit dalam kes buli di sebuah sekolah di Sabah baru-baru ini digantung sekolah. Pengarah Pendidikan Negeri Datuk Raisin Saidin berkata pihak sekolah mengambil tindakan serta-merta berdasarkan peraturan disiplin yang berkuat kuasa. Dalam satu kenyataan, jelasnya pelajar berkenaan juga dirujuk kepada guru bimbingan dan kaunseling untuk tujuan intervensi.
Di Terengganu, 6 pelajar direman 3 hari bagi membantu siasatan kes pukul dan buli terhadap seorang pelajar. Menurut Ketua Polis Daerah Kemaman, Superintenden Muhammad Razi Rosli, mangsa pelajar tingkatan 3 mendakwa dibuli dan dipukul di dalam bilik asrama oleh kesemua suspek pada 30 Julai lalu di hadapan beberapa pelajar lain. Pengadu mengalami kecederaan ringan pada bahagian badan.
Assalamualaikum and good day everyone. My name is Adib and today I will be your host or moderator for today's forum. So before we start our forum, I would like to introduce each one of these panelists first. First, we got Miss Firzana, which is the students or the victims of these cases that will be dive in depth after this. The next one is the parents, which is Mrs. Anis. And after that, we got Mrs. Aina, the Police Department, and also we got Mrs. Iwany, the representative of the Ministry of Education, and last but not least, Mr. Adib, the headmaster of the schools. So, I would like to bring forward an important issue, which is bullying in Malaysia. Recently, many cases has been brought up, and the problem has become increasingly out of hands. Bullying not only disturbs the school environment but also harm the mental well-being of the victims, and in some tragic cases can even lead to death. To begin our discussions, I would like to invite each of the panelists to express their point of views, share their opinions upon this matter. Each of you will be given an opportunity to express your views upon this matter. After that, I will open an open forum to the panelists to discuss, to build up their opinion with each other, or maybe ask questions to strengthen their points or maybe their opinions upon this matter. So, are you guys ready? Alright. So, to start our discussions, I would like to pose stimulus questions, which sounds like this. In your opinions, what are the main causes of bullying in Malaysia as for today? And what are the possible steps can be taken to overcome this issue? As we know, as the saying goes, a stitch in time saves 9. So it's better act early before the problem getting out of hands. So I would like to ask the one who has the very close eye on this problem, Ms. Firzana, the student itself, to share her opinion upon this matter. Please, Ms. Firzana.
Thank you, Mr. Adib, for the introduction. In my opinion, bullying is a form of abuse that can happen anywhere, at school, online, or outside. As a student myself, I see this as a very serious matter because it doesn't just hurt physically, but also damages mentally. I know this because I was once a victim myself back in primary school. I didn't even realize it was a bullying until I grew older. I also have a close friend who developed depression after being bullied in her previous boarding school. She was ignored, disrespected, and made to feel like she didn't belong there. When she transferred to my school, kindness helped her heal, but the trauma never fully left. Me and my friend made sure that we can give everything that we could, the love, the kindness, so she could feel safe and not insecure at her new school. That's why I believe bullying must be taken seriously. We need to create an environment where kindness is louder than cruelty and no student ever feel unsafe.
Thank you, Ms. Firzana, for the well explanation and open our eyes upon this matter. Alright, so now let's turn our eyes to the ears of the family, which are the parents itself. The parents is the first home of the students, so they know how and they know how to overcome this problem, and maybe they have an opinion upon the ways to do that. So I would like to call Mrs. Anis to please share your point of view on these issues. Please, Mrs. Anis.
Thank you, Mr. Adib, for the introduction. First and foremost, thank you for giving me the chance to speak. Bullying is something that brings pain not only to the victim, but also to the community around them. It's never easy to face whether it happens on our own child or someone else. What matters most is how we respond. When mistakes are made, children need guidance and support to understand the seriousness of their actions. At the same time, victims of bullying need encouragement, care, and assurance so that they are not alone. Every child deserves the chance to learn, grow, and become better. This is why it is important for us to listen, correct, and provide healthy ways for our children to deal with anger, insecurity, or pressure. It is not about excuses, it is about responsibility, healing, and change. With patience and guidance, mistakes can be turned into lessons, and challenges can be turned into opportunities to grow into individuals who choose empathy, respect, and kindness.
Thank you, Mrs. Anis, for sharing the solutions for ways to overcome this matter. Now, let us turn our eyes or our ears to the second home, which is the school. The students spend most of their time at school learning or maybe make friends there. So the teachers there are the second family for the students. So I would like to call for Mr. Adib, the headmaster of the school, to share your view upon these issues.
First, thank you, Mr. Adib, our moderator today. From my years of my experience as headmaster, in boarding school, there are three main reasons that causes the bullying. The first is fun, second tradition, and the third one is emotion. It usually starts when students have nothing to do. They look for something fun by teasing other students, and usually it goes to the juniors. At first, it may seem harmless, but when the line is crossed, it becomes rough and even tense by you. And the second factor is tradition. In boarding school like SPP, MRSM, and as we call Asrama Pusat, the second factor is tradition. In boarding school like SPP, MRSM, and as we call Asrama Pusat, they usually repeat what have been done to them, and to justify it, they just say, I went through it too, and the cycle kept repeating by itself. And lastly, the emotion. The teenage years, as we have been through, it is fragile for us. Maybe it is our first time we go through heartbreak and even betrayal from our friend and our society. So that they struggle to adapt, and sometimes they don't know how to manage it, and it tends to be something violent, and they bully other students. So that's all for me. Moderator, you go to me.
Thank you, Mr. Adib, for sharing the role of this matter. So, moving on, I would like to call upon the protector, which is the police department, who give the protection to the students and also the community. So, I would like to call for Mrs. Aina to share your thoughts upon these issues.
Thank you, moderator. From the police perspective, bullying is not just a school issue. It can be a crime when it is involved violence, threat, or even cyberbullying. Every student deserves to feel safe in school and even in the community. Our role is not just only to punish, but we also prevent. We give awareness talk in schools and urge students, parents, and even teachers to report the cases, because silence only makes the problem worse. The police work closely with schools, parents, and government agencies to ensure that the cases are handled fairly. Our message is clear: bullying is never acceptable. So, for students, be brave to speak up. To parents and school, continue guiding, and we will always be ready to act. Bullying ends when we all take responsibility. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Aina, for the well-thought solutions on these issues. So, I would like to call upon the backbone, which is the government, the last one, the representative of the Ministry of Education, Mrs. Iwany, to share her opinion about this matter. As we know, the government play a vital role as the main pillar of the education system. So, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Adib, for the question. And as a representative for the Ministry of Education, I would like to share this government stance on this matter, especially in school. Well, the government sees bullying as a serious threat to both student safety and also mental health. And whether it is physical, verbal, or even online, bullying will actually leave long-lasting scars and disrupt the students' learning processes. Well, to address this, the ministry has introduced anti-bullying modules, awareness campaigns, and such as like saying no to bullying, and also clear reporting channels. And for schools, they are instructed to act immediately on cases to ensure victims are felt safe and supported. We also work closely with parents and also the communities, because prevention requires cooperation from home, school, and also the society house. And despite that, we also have trained the teachers to spot the early signs of bullying, while counseling is provided to both victims and also offenders to sort the discipline and rehabilitation go hand in hand. Well, but our message is very clear. Bullying will not be tolerated. Every child deserves to feel safe and also respected at their school. And I believe that when we together, with the help of together, we can build a learning environment that is safe from fear.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Iwany, for the well explanation and the solution, and also what other department need to take in account for helping to reduce these issues. So once again, I would like to thank you all, the panelists, for share your guys' thoughts and values, knowledge about this heartfelt experience, which is bullying. Bullying. Clearly, we know that bullying in Malaysia is not just a personal issue. It is a social concern that that involves each one of us. Now let us move on the open forum. So on this part, we'll be focusing more about the bullying themselves and ways to overcome this problem. So after all, we know that prevention is better than cure. So if we can tackle from the roots, it can be our benefits in the future, and will also make a better learning environment for the students. So now, let's begin.
May I start the...
You may, Mr. Adib.
So from my observation and from what I see, many bullies display behavioral patterns that develop at home. Usually, they come from the abusive parents and neglectful family. And when they learn it from home, children often bring their aggression into school.
Well, excuse me, sorry, Mr. Adib, it's unfair to say bullying starts at home. Many loving parents raise respectful children, yet bullying still happens in schools because of peer pressure and the school environment itself. Home teaches study, but school shapes daily behavior. If bullying continues, the school must act, not blame.
I'm taking Mrs. Anis's side. I agree with her point and opinion. Not all bullies come from abusive families. Sometimes kids from loving families can still end up being bullied. Bullying isn't just physical. Mental and emotional bullying also happens, and anyone can do it.
Sorry to interrupt. From our law enforcement perspective, most juvenile cases do involve children from an abusive household, but that doesn't mean all bullies come from such a home. It's just a common pattern.
Parents may guide, but society shapes. If blame stops at the family, we ignore the schools, peers, and online worlds where bullying is truly born.
Exactly. Sometimes bullying happens because of popularity contests, jealousy, or just wanting to fit in the environment, not necessarily because of family background.
Well, listening to these arguments, I firmly believe that both sides have raised an important point. But to support the principal statement, there is actually factual evidence that the family environment is a strong factor. But indeed, as what Mrs. Aina has said, it is not the only one. Well, the social pressure, media exposure, and also the school pressure are also contributing significant issues that shape the behavior of a bully.
Okay, I think that's the time that we have. Thank you to all our panelists for this discussion or presentation just now. Clearly, we can see from this that the main factor, which is the families or the parents, but as Mrs. Iwany has stated, it's not all because of the family environments, but it also can come from others, which is socials, maybe the school environments, or maybe the community environment itself. So we cannot put one blame to another. So we don't have to point fingers. Instead, we need to work together to overcome these problems. So in the end, we all can agree that this bullying is a shared responsibility. Parents, school, governments, police department, and also the students themselves need to work together and play their role in addressing these issues. Pointing fingers, like I said, will not solve this problem at all. In a nutshell, bullying can be reduced, even prevent if the layer of society take actions upon if every layer of society takes active actions and responsibility, such as family nurturing values, school enforcing the disciplines, and care, the community fostering an awareness, and the government strengthening the policies, and the police department enhancing the protections. With this unity, we can build an environment free from bullying, and the students feel safe and can even be respect each other and grow into a better students. On that note, I would like to officially close these forums for today. Thank you again for all the panelists who come here to discuss, and so may our discussion today spark and ideas of creating a school and a community free from bullying. That's all from us. Assalamualaikum and thank you.
You touch, you go.